What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Freddie B, and I am here with...
What up, boys? Hey, my name is Lucas Yancey, a.k.a. the Y-Man. It's burger time, baby. Boom! Am I right, Freddie B, or what?
Yes, as always, guys. Y'all know what it is. It's Behind the Scenes, ExIsle, episode 8. Over it or not over it? Are you over it, Lucas?
Woo! I, at this point, am still considering it, but only for tribal reasons.
Yeah, and as for me, I don't know if I'm over it, man. I don't know anymore, man. It's crazy, man. But let's hop right into it, man. The show comes on, leaving off from last week. It's the morning after some burger time. So, are you full from the burger last night? I see you and Brittany are talking, and y'all gonna tell anybody, but Brittany tells somebody ASAP. And you didn't tell me, Lucas. Dang, I thought we were better than that, man.
You know what? We are better than that, but the thing is, brother, you sometimes don't kiss and tell. A gentleman never tells. That's what I was taught. And when you have a conversation with a girl and you agree on something, then that means that you've agreed on it. It's called an agreement, A gentleman's bet, as maybe you might want to call it.
Right, and so I was kind of surprised yesterday. I'm not gonna talk about it in 2 scenes later. She told someone, and on your end, you were like, nothing. Nobody knew anything. But
yeah. No, I was a closed cage on that one because just wanted to keep things DL because I was going with what Brittany wanted, and I was taking on that advice, and anyways, she told Jamie, and Jamie's quiet about it, so I don't know. It was all good.
Jamie was a road dog. Like, Jamie was a road dog. She didn't tell anybody. She played a cool hand. We go to the over it, not over it exercise, and she's playing it cool. So you and Brittany get up, tell us about you. In the over it not exercise.
The over it not over it exercise. I go up there. Of course, like Brittany and I had hooked up the night before, so there was a little bit of tension between her and I. Emotions ran high. Tractor being, and so that kind of created a little bit of probably uneasiness on stage. However, Brittany and I were definitely over it because we are friends and we already know we're over it, although we have a strong connection that's like 85% there, and people can see that, but that 15% that no one knows about, is this gray area that's not there. So, we're just over it. We just know we can't complete the equation.
Okay, and then I thought it was funny, you and Antonio. This is like Antonio was onto you guys' shenanigans for a quick second.
Antonio was just basically just stirring the pot. I mean, like I said, we needed subtitles for Antonio, and I couldn't understand what he was even saying. He was saying, I'm not over it because of this and that. He was just stirring the pot because everyone else had said that I'm over it, and he was the only one that said that I'm not over it, so got in a little bit of a battle, and I think I won. But, winning arguments isn't everything. It's
right. Possibly, and then as you can see, like I was in the confessional at that moment. Like, I'm sitting there, I wanted to say not over because I saw a few things between you guys, and I'm sure you can understand why people might think or might have those seeds like maybe not over. I don't know. I was on the fence, but I didn't feel like, as you guys see, I didn't feel like talking about it and being called on to have to explain it because I didn't feel totally confident in my thoughts. But I was feeling that way, which you guys see me in the confessional. As far as me, when I got up there, what you guys don't see is that Sean and Samantha say I'm not over, and I have a big, passionate speech, coming at them to kill that because I got irritated. Because there was a lot of not over it in the crowd, and it actually got me irritated. It was like the first time I think that I got actually irritated outside of getting hit in the face with a punch. But
you were irritated because of them, and I mean why? What are you talking?
I was irritated because I got up. I'm like, I'm over it. Like it's a non-issue. But I got a lot of not over it. I got way more than I thought. I got like maybe like 6 or 7 people saying if you see if you go back to the footage of the show, you see like about 5 or 6 people holding up not over it. James, Sean, Samantha, who I can remember off top. But then Sean and Samantha actually like pipe up, and then they talk about how I'm not over it and how it doesn't make sense to them, so on and so forth. And so what you guys don't see on air is that I actually have a big and passionate speech directed at Sean and Samantha, and then I also say like, hey guys, what are we doing here? Like, are we over it or not over it, or we're just, nitpicking things? And that's what it kind of got on.
Right. One thing fans didn't see is Freddie B had a full Martin Luther King speech for about 20 minutes on stage, which was interesting, and he was basically kind of explaining the whole like not over it, because people were holding up the signs not really understanding what it meant. So that's where I think Freddie B is trying to say here. Am I right?
Right, exactly. It's kind of similar to what happened with you when you was like, is she my friend? But that's what this sign means. Come, not over it.
Right.
So
yeah, behind that, everything else was all chill, and then we go to we have a little action that night with.
Oh, yeah, we do have some action that night. You and Margot. But one real quick thing, Dre and I actually got picked for a date after the over it, not over it. But they don't show the date. It was just her and I. We went out. It's a great date. It was on the water. Cats were running around in this restaurant we went to. But it was some great food.
I had a date picked. I had the opportunity to go on a date.
Did you?
Didn't I?
Not that night. That night it was just Dre and I. Cause after that, Dr. Ish came back and said we got spied on, so on and so forth. And he said, 2 of you guys have been picked for a date. And he said, Dre and Fred, you guys are going on a date, so go get dressed. That's why in the confessional you see me dressed up with the tie and the shirt. That's because I just got back from a date with Drea. And
right.
They took us somewhere we way out on the Gulf of Mexico. It was on this pier that was like out in the Gulf of Mexico, and we was like on top of water. It was crazy. It was bananas. But after that,
it sucks.
We cut to Lucas and Margot. Last episode, Margot was on me. Margot said she liked me. Now this episode, Lucas is back. The man, he's moved in on one of my prey.
I have moved in because Roxy and I had a quick chat. It was a little bit overwhelming with her. She's a great girl, awesome chick, but, we talked about it, and look, we had a chat, and she agreed to the conversation we had, and she's like, yeah, do whatever you want. Look, this is, it's part of the show, it's part of the deal, and I was like, all right, sounds good, I will. And I just talked to Margot, literally friendly ass talk, like very general conversations. Like it wasn't like, let's take body shots or something.
even though you probably would have if she brought it up, though.
Yes, Satan.
Oh, Margot's a cutie. Margot was a cutie, so I can't blame you there, young Luke. Therapy session.
Yeah, therapy session. We got Dr. Mr. Glass in there with.
Well, Miss Glass. Dang, Lucas.
What? That's your girl, dude. She talked you up like freaking Socrates up there, dude. It was like freaking, it was like, oh, Freddie B is the best. And by the way, Lucas, you suck. It's like, have you been here for the last 2 weeks, mother? Bitch? Have you seen what I've been doing, son? You backed off my swag. I've been working it.
What did she say about you?
She said a bunch of shit like, I was being cocky and insecure, and, how I just, that cockiness and stuff won't attract girls and all this stuff. And literally, I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm confident about maybe being a little cocky, and I even have Twitter people saying that some people can construe cockiness as being confident, but at the same time, like, look, whatever I have is what I have. Whatever I am is what I am. So I'm confident with that. You know, I'm sorry that Mrs. Glass, Dr. Glass, was maybe I reminded her of an ex-boyfriend from college that screwed her over. That could be a possibility. And I also think she had a crush on Dr. Ish, but I don't know. I don't know those things.
Okay, okay. Dr. Ish, she, as you guys see, she calls me a star. She says that, my body language is perfect, don't change it. She also, she saw the impassionate speech that I gave, and she also was telling me that I need to expose more the sincere Freddie and not just always Freddie B. She was like, Freddie B is great, and I need to stop giving out Freddie B for free so much. Joke a little bit, but then also be sincere, because people really love my sincere side, and it really affects people. She went on and on. It was a bit overwhelming, but I definitely appreciate it. I was almost to tears, man. I almost cried for the second time, almost. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah, no. She gave you some good feedback. I think most of mine was negative, but she gave you some good feedback, and I take it with a grain of salt, and I agree with some of what Doctor has said. And look, not everyone's gonna like the guy who's a little bit cocky and stuff like that. But again, I had no issues on the island with anybody other than I think it was Roxy and in the first episode. But other than that. Watch more of my mannerisms, Dr. Glass, not just like 3 minutes of me on on the stage. So it was a little annoying, is what I'd say.
Yeah, but that was definitely an interesting therapy session. So we leave there, and then we continue on. Then you guys see, you thought it was cool between Roxy and Lucas, but now Roxy, you were talking to, I don't know what was going on between you and Margot. It looked very innocuous, but
who?
I don't know. Roxy pulls you at the pool.
Oh no, that was very friendly, very innocuous. Between Margot and I, the conversation was super chill. But Roxy, look, you have to understand, okay? We're on a damn island. We're like quarantined in this freaking house, and there's nowhere to go. All right. So when I talk to Margot, I'm talking to her because there's nowhere else to talk to somebody if you want to just get to know them better. I'm not gonna just like throw her into the fucking kitchen and bleep bleep. But anyways, Roxy gets upset. She pulls me aside. She gets jealous because she goes, "Look, I can't take this. I can't take you talking to Margot." And then I get really kind of like, "Well, you said one thing and you mean another. So how am I supposed to work with this if I can't trust what you're gonna say?" I don't know. Did any of that make sense? Where am I? Am I still on TV? Are the cameras on?
You got PTSD. So look.
Somebody.
Like, you said that part. You can't trust what she said. It's a part where you lose it. It looks like you're losing it. You accuse people of taking crazy pills, and that what people saw, people didn't really see Roxy's side, because Roxy has some stuff to say about you. It got a little more hairier than what we saw.
Oh yeah, you saw the worst of the night. So it was 9 hours of people shitting on me all day. Like, literally, Roxy had told one person this, one person that, like, Lucas is an ass or whatever she was saying, and every single person, which they didn't show, was literally coming up to me when I was cooking food, hanging out, throughout the whole day saying, "Man, Lucas, you really screwed that one up. Like, why did you do this? Like, why did you do that?" I was like, "I didn't do anything." They're like, "Well, that's not what I heard." And you have to understand, there's 20 people like hanging out on this like 4x4 square foot area, and I'm rubbing shoulders with everyone. So of course, yeah, I'm gonna snap. I snapped, and I don't snap very often. And at some point, you know, they don't even show when I talk about political views, which is fine because they probably, you know, maybe don't have you know, the funding to show that. But it was you can't, if you say one thing, you can't mean another. That's it. That's why I was upset. You know.
Right. And what people don't know, like the layout of where the girls slept in a circular room, and they all have beds like face each other. So like when they go back to the room to sleep, all the girls are there together. So Roxy, Margot, Drea, Brittany, Amy, they're all in one room together, and they just talk.
And Freddie's talking about the singles, because the singles were in a different area than the, you know, than the X. So this is the singles setup.
Right. And then with the single girls, Drea and Roxy became like besties. Brittany and Margot became really tight. Amy was like, you know, she just was cool with everybody. But those two units were like neck and neck, and then those two units would hang out with each other. So, you know, Roxy would talk to Drea a lot, and I think it was probably because I was talking to Drea and you were talking to Roxy, and that kind of made them be friends. But yeah, word travels very quickly in this house. All we're trying to say, folks.
A lot of gossip, a lot of, you know, there's a breaking point, you know, and at some point, you know, I hit it because I probably did it to myself, to be honest. Shot myself in the foot, you know. Be careful who your jailmate is, you know. Those are the wise words of the wine.
Right. So look, I think that wrap. At the end, you guys see Sean and Samantha argue as usual, so we won't go into that. But that wraps it up, guys. Next episode is gonna be funny, I hear. You know, I'm Freddie B, and
I'm Lucas Yancey, aka the Y Man. Stay tuned. Waboom! Take us away, Fred.
Hey, we'll see y'all next week, guys. Keep it locked.